October 4th, 2024. Ikbal's mom is walking over to the Indigopi City Walls in 5th District of Istanbul. The stranger that called her simply said, "Hi, we found this phone lying on the street. Do you want us to bring it to you?" But of course, she couldn't make kind strangers walk all the way to her home to return the phone that her daughter left behind. Plus, it's not like Ikbal to be careless with her belongings. So here she is, approaching the stranger, smiling and thanking them, apologizing for the wait. When all of a sudden, a round object gets tossed from above the city wall, and when it hits the ground, she sees a young man sitting on the edge, ready to jump. Now you could say the panicked voices of the passerbys, or even the collective gasps and screams could startle anyone. But I truly believe that there's no sound worse than the horror of a mother screaming as she sees her own child's severed head. Hi friends, welcome to Sunday Sips with Safa. Today we are going to be discussing a Turkish case that happened about 16 days ago. So all the information that I have is from Turkish news sources that I've personally translated. If anything is incorrect or left out, please let me know in the comments. Just a few disclaimers. There will be mention of mental health, decapitation, and self-exiting. I want to be very clear that understanding one's mental health is very complex. No two individuals will ever share the same experience to a T. So it's important for us to recognize that the families of the individuals in today's case did seek help, but unfortunately this case did still happen. Today's drink is strawberry kefir. I think I definitely mispronounced that, I'm sorry. It is a fermented milk that helps manage blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and boost digestive health. It tastes like strawberry yogurt, but like bitter. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it, so now let's begin. Semih Celik has a problem. He really adores his ex-girlfriend Aysenur a lot, but he also really likes this other girl, Ikbal, since he was 14. The truth is, people think he really likes Ikbal more than anything. Let's be honest here. It's been almost 5 years and his infatuation with her is only getting worse. The problem though is that she's not interested. To her, he seems like a playboy with a new girl almost every week. She's shocked that he's been with Aysenur for this long. But it's definitely starting to make her feel very uncomfortable. A little pressured almost. But the actual reason why she's backing away is because Semih's mom came and told Ikbal's parents that she should stay away from him for her own sake. And now Ikbal is annoyed because her parents made her transfer schools, and she made it very clear that she and Semih are just friends. But Semih's mom knows better. I mean, he is her son after all. And she knows more than anyone else just how obsessed he is with Ikbal. She first noticed during the pandemic when strange things started to happen around her son. He had begun to seclude himself away, closing his blinds days and night, locking his doors almost all the time. And if anybody ever walked into his room, he would immediately slap his laptop shut. It would be a miracle if he came out of his room to even eat. But the doctors keep dismissing her, telling her, "Your son's just going through puberty." Sure, that makes sense. Typical teenagers, right? But that's not why she had him hospitalized 5 times. It was the sketches. The weird, disturbing charcoal drawing of dismembered human figures. The one where arms are being stuck out from the decapitated torso that are seemingly attached to the upside-down legs with the head placed in between the knees, staring right at you. And the self-harm. At one point, Semih even tried to convince Ikbal to self-exit with him. Sure, he failed, and Ikbal went home and told her parents, and that was his mother's final attempt to get him the psychiatric help that he needed. But now Ikbal is at another school, so Semih really doesn't see any point of going to school anymore. So he drops out, becomes a busher, And you would think his mom's much happier now that he's out and about, seeing people barely see Ikbal. He leaves his room, breathes, lives. But she's not. Because since the day Semih got a job as a busser, he began to do drugs. And it's not like he's trying to hide them from her either. So here she is, watching her son spiral downward. And she's doing everything she can for him. But he's not letting her. In fact, people think it got worse after Aysenur broke up with him. It seems like that other than Ikbal, Aysenur was his dream girl. But it was a healthy breakup. They didn't harbor any resentment towards each other. In fact, Aysenur kept her tradition of going over every Monday morning to have breakfast with Semih at the Celik household. His parents would give them the space to hang out at for a few hours alone. So really, no one thought that this particular morning was going to be any different. At least that's what Semih's mom is telling the coroner, who is escorting out Aysenur, covered in a blood-soaked sheet. Semih had called her earlier and said, "Sorry, Mama, Aysenur's a little shy right now. She's going to the bathroom. We're fine. She doesn't want to greet you right now. Don't rush home. We'll see you later." And Mrs. Celik thought, oh, they're finally making up. I love Aysenur. I'm grateful she's making Semih himself again. But the truth is, Aysenur couldn't greet her because as soon as she stepped into the Celik household, Semih slit her throat. And now Ikbal's mom is staring down at her daughter's decapitated head in pure disbelief. But the crowd gathering around the city wall wasn't anywhere near the head. Instead, it had emerged from where the body had hit the ground. Not Ikbal's, but Semih's. After murdering two beautiful young women who were incredibly intelligent, so much to live for, Semih Celik decided to take his final attempt at self-exiting and succeeded. The police would find Ikbal's dismembered body upon the city wall, strategically placed in the same manner Semih had drawn out in his sketchbook. Semih's mom would later say to the press, "I wish I had died instead of those girls. I am a mother too. I am not bad. I tried. I struggled, but I couldn't save my child. My child has been buried in the ground for days, but I am only sad for those girls. I feel helpless. I couldn't solve my son's problems, but I wish he had only left by himself." And to be honest, she did everything she could. She took him to numerous doctors. She even had him admitted for his own well-being, but the system failed him. And Ikbal had actually gone to see him in public in broad daylight after not seeing him for almost an year, all because she thought her friend was in trouble and she truly wanted to be by his side. And clearly, Aysenur trusted him enough to go to his house once a week and spend time with him alone. He seemed like a troubled teen the healthcare system did not take seriously. Of course, at the end of the day, he knew his right from the wrong and still chose murder. But his actions sparked a bigger picture that many people were missing, and that is the increase of femicide in Turkey. According to some sources, Semih's behavior only got worse after he made friends with some local incels. An incel is an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women and are typically hostile to those men and women who are sexually active. So with his declining mental health, drug usage, insane obsession, and now adding incel groups into the mixture, Semih set a wildfire of an example on why the increase of men being violent against women and girls has been on an all-time high in Turkey, or to be more accurate, femicide. I actually chose this case after coming across several videos from the Istanbul Convention that is dedicating their day and night to protect women's rights within their country. In the videos, citizens are seen carrying banners that read, "Keep your anger alive, hold your head high, and stop the violence, not the women," as well as "We will not surrender to fear." And I will always speak up when collective injustice is happening. Aysenur's and Ikbal's death will not go in vain. Justice will prevail. We strongly encourage Turkey's government to step up and set laws in place that protect their people. And of course, that goes for everywhere in the world. And truly, I wish Peace for the families of the victims and the Celik household. It's absolutely terrible that 2 lives were taken. Well, 3 if you consider the healthcare system failing Semih. I do think she's a sick individual, but I also think that with proper care, we could have prevented this awful crime from happening. Anyways, thank you for listening. Please stay safe. I look forward to see you again soon. Bye.